students, and welcome to my channel MK Tutorials. Today in this class we are going to study animal husbandry from class 12. Right. This chapter is really very important from your board examination point of view, from NEET point of view, and as well as from your career point of view. So please do not overlook or skip this chapter since it carries very less weightage, but yes, this chapter is really very important. Animal husbandry deals with, it is basically the science or biology of breeding and raising the livestock. So animal husbandry is the science of breeding and raising a livestock. So it's raising a livestock. So what exactly is breeding, raising and livestock? Breeding means to produce, raising means to care, and livestock means the domesticated animals by humans for their own benefit or for their own profit, such as they can be cows, buffaloes, etc. So all the domesticated animals which are used by humans for their own benefit or profit, those are called livestock. So animal husbandry is a branch of science which deals with breeding and raising of the livestock. Meaning here there will be a production as well as the caring, maintenance of that livestock. And why this is done? Let's see. Now we see many animals around us. There are too many animals. Some of the animals are used by humans. I'm talking about some domesticated animals and some other animals too. So they are used by humans for that to complete or to satisfy their own basic needs. Now, why we want these animals or why we want to study this chapter? What is the logic behind having this chapter in your syllabus? Now, we are having a particular land. Fine. And there is say about a population of 100 or 200 people. And out of that, only half of the land is available for production of plant, or half of the land is available for production of animals. So the people, the 100 or 200 people, they are dependent only on this plants and this animals for their food. Agreed. But this land size cannot be increased, but the population is going to increase every day. Correct? So what to do? If the population is increasing, it is not able to satisfy its hunger because the plant production is only that much. It is not increasing. So the basic motive behind this is how we can help to enhance our production of food. Now let's talk about food. Now, if we are born, we have to survive. Correct. And for our survival, we need energy. And the energy, the ultimate source of energy is nothing but the food. Now, this food is obtained from the universal source, that is plant. And the other directly or indirectly source is animal. Agreed. So if you want our food, the food is derived from the plant or it is derived from the animal. Now how it is derived from the animals? Many humans, they depend upon meat, they depend upon eggs, they depend upon fishes, they depend upon honey, they depend upon milk. Depend as in this particular thing is their food. In India, 80%, yes, in India, 80% of the manpower is engaged with agriculture. Yes. So agriculture here, it is serving as a very important and a major source of economy to India. Since 80% of the manpower is from agriculture, we are totally dependent on agriculture. Imagine a day without food. Not possible, correct? So if food is not produced, if we are not getting rice at home, there is no rice at the shop, there is no rice available to the owner. Yes, so since it is really very important and your Indian economy is dependent on it, and therefore I said this chapter is very important from your career point of view, since it is having an direct approach to your Indian economy. Why animals are important? Why it is important to look after them? What all things are obtained from the animals that are useful for mankind? So, animals. Now these animals are helping humans for transport. We have horse, we have donkey. Then these animals, they are providing food. Just now we have discussed about it in a form of milk, meat, egg, etc. Animals, they provide fishery. Now, then chicken, that is your eggs and chicken. Apart from this, we also get manure, fuel, leather. So these are some important things that's for which animals are important. Apart from this, we also require them for production of wool, fur. You'll be surprised to know that in world 70% of total livestock is provided by India and China. Now we are aware with what is livestock. So in world 70% of the total livestock is obtained from India and China. Okay, but the productivity yield is only 25%. Look at the figure. Yes, so if the production is 70% or the productivity yield is 25% only, which is really very low. So what we are supposed to do with increasing population, we have to also increase our production yield. That's what I said initially, that if we are having a particular specified land, in that specified land we are having a particular population, and to feed this particular population we are having only a limited land, and in this limited land only there will be agriculture, there will be animal husbandry. So the production coming from this land is really very low and it can't feed the overall population. So how we are going to find this problem? We can't increase the land. Yes, but science has progressed so much, we can help to increase the yield or to increase the variety and increase the production of our yield. So to fight with this problem, animal husbandry comes in picture, which encourages the youths of India so that they can open their small business in any of the field of animal husbandry, and that can boost the Indian economy. Now we got to know there are so many animals which are available to humans for their profit, for their benefit. There are various branches which deals with this. Say for example, if it is for the production of milk, there will be a dairy farming. if it is for the production of egg or chicken, there will be a poultry farming, and it goes so on. So what we are supposed to do in every lecture, we will deal with individual farming in detail. So now we got to know, for production of milk, our cattle, our livestock needs to be healthy. If they are healthy, then only we will get nutritious value, nutritious amount of food and nutritious milk. So this dairy farm deals with all the different variety of livestock which give a good amount or a good production of milk. So now we got to know the importance of animals for humans, and to maintain the number of the animals, it's really important to take care of them. Therefore, farm management is really very important. Now what all things come under farm management? Selection of high yield breed, as I have discussed earlier. So it's really very important to select a good variety of breed which is going to give you a good product or a good yield. Nutritional food supply. So if the breed is of superior quality, obviously it is going to give you nutritional food supply. Cleanliness and hygiene. Obviously, the place where these animals or the livestock are kept, that should be clean and hygienic, and why it should be clean and hygienic, that so that they'll not get infected by any microbe. They'll not. Supervision and vaccination. With supervision, vet means the doctor which or the animal doctor. The doctor which deals with the completely diagnosis of the animal is called vet. So say for example, if the animal is not keeping well or something happened to the animal, so throughout the year it is very important to have every 6 month visit, a routine visit to each animal, and check there should be a routine body checkup happening to the animal, and time to time vaccination is definitely required. Then ultimately, if everything is done, your breed is completely ready. Now that breed is going to be a production, or that is going to give you a good product. Say for example, if we compare this farm management with milk, so selection of high yield breed, that is selection of good quality or superior quality cow. Nutritional food supply, if the cow is of superior quality, it is definitely going to give you a good nutritious milk. And where the place where the cow is kept, that place is clean and hygienic, so that she'll be good and she'll be away from all the microbes, and she'll be like a healthy cow. And suppose by chance if she is falling sick, she can be monitored by weight, and time to time vaccination to be given. Now the cow is going to give you milk, so that milk is going to be your product, that is the production of milk. Once we get our milk, it is important, so from where the company, from where we are getting the milk, from that company the milk will be distributed throughout the parts of India and out of India too. So once the distribution is done, after distribution comes the marketing, that is the later part. So what we are supposed to do in next lectures, will deal with the each part of the farm management and how it is to be done. If you like my lecture and teaching, please press the bell icon and like, share and subscribe to my channel.